Yeah, right. Cloud. I gotta go to goddamn Zoom. But all right, bet. What's going on, y'all? All right. Today is Wednesday, January 25th. All right, and today we're going over the last few trades that we caught in the merge. Certified snipers, ex-pandemic billionaires. We've been turning up the last week and a half. 22,000 pips have been collected in the last 9 days. All of this. So we're gonna go over everything that we done caught. I'm going to start off with EURGBP just because I'm actually still in the trade right now, so I'll do it. We're going to start off with EURGBP, then we're going to go to NAS next, okay? So, EURGBP, as y'all can see, you know what I mean, we done caught the goddamn bust down. You know what I mean, I might go ahead and get up out of here with the chicken. I might go ahead and get up out of here because that gap. You can see we caught the whole bust down from start to finish. All right, start to finish. We was actually in this trade for about 24 hours in total. You know what I mean? We had to sit up in this motherfucker and be a little patient. If you're in this trade with me, if you're still in EURGBP, I will go ahead and take majority of my profits and leave some runners open. Leave like a little baby lot open to catch the rest of the bust down. Maybe to come get down to the rest of this wick down here if you want to swing this bitch, because this is off the daily. We done tapped into a 4-hour order block, all right, which is why we're starting to see price start to turn around. But let's go over why we caught the sell. Okay, let's go over the sell. As y'all can see, I had the sell limit ready for gain. That shit activated. You know what I mean? We was up there in London session this morning, caught more entries. All right, so let's go over everything that we seen. First things first, y'all know everything starts off on that daily, right? So if you know, you tapped in with me on these calls, right? I'm gonna need some interaction with. So let's talk. All right, let's chop it up. I'm looking at this daily time frame, right? And I'm gonna delete all of this. I'm deleting everything from scratch. I want everybody. Okay, if you're looking at this goddamn chart right here, but if I'm looking right here, right, and I see that price has high, all right, see how price comes up here, stacks it for the one time, right? You get a little baby tap, right? But off of this tap right here, although it did give you a nice little sell-off, it wasn't really enough. You see how strong like this impulsive candle was versus this consolidation range over here after the first stop run. You know what I mean? So she gave you a little baby retracement down after this stop run right here, but it wasn't enough. And that's why you see price coming up here and M and out. Okay. So price eventually comes up here. You know what I mean? Grabs liquidity one time above a daily swing high, gives you a retracement down, right? Then goes up here and runs those stops above this swing high, okay? So this move right here is what gave us the green to go ahead and be looking for that sell setup, okay? So this stop run right here solidify everything. Understand if we're looking at swing highs and how price reacts off of them, okay? You see price creates the swing high, busts down, comes back up here to run those stops. Price can barely close above this high. She can barely close above this high. Yes, she closed above there a little bit, but the wicks is really what got down, you feel me, is what really sends price in the opposite direction, right? After she takes these, I usually tell the difference between buy side liquidity and breaker structure. What you mean by that? Buy side liquidity is above any high, you know what I mean? It is above any single swing high. Stop losses resting above that high and buy side liquidity. Anything that's above price, any swing high or any liquidity that's above price is considered buy side liquidity. A breaker structure is what happens after liquidity. Right? I mean, that breaker structure is nothing but price going in the opposite direction. I'm gonna explain what a breaker structure is as right? But buy side liquidity is nothing but any type of liquidity that's above price that price has to buy up to grab high. At the buy side liquidity. Okay? But buy side liquidity rests above this high, like here. So above this high is where buy side liquidity rests, right? People sold right here. Their stop losses are resting above the swing high. So you see price come up here and activate everybody's swing high. Somebody talk to me. What else is resting above the swing high? It's not just stop losses. What else is up here? Y'all been paying attention on these calls. Y'all know what's going on. What else is above this high?
Liquidity.
Liquidity. What type of liquidity? We already named one type, which is stop losses. What's the other type of liquidity that's up?
Would be buy side.
Buy side, right? Buy stops, right? Remember that people still trade retail and they trade support and resistance, right? So they see this as price taking out the high. What do they teach us in IML, y'all? As far as price taking out resistance. What's supposed to happen after this? In retail terms, what's supposed to happen? Breaking what?
Buy.
Right.
Breaking
retest.
Breaking retest,
Breaking
right?
retest.
Exactly. So in retail terms, price is supposed to take out this high, come back and goddamn retest it, keep that shit pushing, right? So some retail traders are seeing this high getting taken out and they're expecting price to continuate. So they're putting buy stops above this high, right? Buy stops above this high. Buy stops, if you don't know what buy stops are, they're pending orders, right? That put you in for the continuation. You know what I mean? Limits are reversals. Stops are continuations. So if people are putting stops, buy stops above this swing high, that means when price comes above this swing high and activates their stop losses, they get automatically put in for the buy. Their stop loss is somewhere down here to fuck somewhere. You know what I mean? And then obviously they get their shit waxed on the way back down. But understand that there's two sides of the market getting their shit waxed. Like it's not just seller stop losses getting grabbed. Like niggas is trying to buy this on some break and retest shit. You know what I mean? Look at the lower time frame, you're gonna see niggas be trying to buy it, and then price just literally turns around and runs all they stops. You know what I mean? So understand what's going on above every single swing high and above every single swing low. If you still, I'm looking at this daily candle buyout. I'm gonna go ahead and take partials on EURGBP. All right, if you're still in that thing with me, I'm taking majority of my trade off. And we're gonna look for a re-entry during London session. All right, I'm taking majority of my goddamn trade off. Look for a re-entry during London. Not a problem. If she goddamn gives it up, she gives it up. Like the re-entry will come during London. I'm gonna tell you exactly. And then we'll get right back in and smack that top. But that's an easy 1 second, John. I'm just taking profit on there. Just taking profit. All right. So my apologies, y'all. All right, so boom. Okay, so buy side liquidities ran here. Boom. Then you see what happens right after price, right after when price runs these stops, she turns around and gives you that impulsive sell that was supposed to happen here, right? It was supposed to happen right here, but this wasn't enough liquidity for price to be like, all right, I'm ready to turn around. Remember the analogy I gave y'all, merge people, right? Remember the analogy I gave y'all, Dragon Ball Z, right? That charge up, you know what I mean? That stop run is what gives price the energy to go ahead and impulsively turn the around. That's what gives price the energy to do it. I mean, it has to goddamn rock out just like that. Okay. So if I understand that, then I know that after price run stops and she impulsively turns around like this, that is a market structure shift. That is price going from bullish to bearish. You know what I mean? It's letting you know, hey, it's time to sell. It's time to sell. And you have this gap that's right below price. You know what I mean? So it's setting up right at the right place at the right time for you to be able to swing this motherfucker down here. Okay. But we have a swing high. You see price activate everybody's stop losses, okay? Activate everybody's buy stops, then impulsively turn the fuck around, okay? Impulsively turn around, break of structure bearish. How's it a break of structure? Because after this high is ran, she impulsively turns around and grabs the nearest sell structure with momentum, okay? So this low right here is where your break of structure would have been determined, you know what I mean? You see how she comes all the way down here, takes out the sell structure, right? And closes way below it, right? So that's a big close, a real big close right there. You know what I mean? Understand that all the value rests in the close of the candle. So price would have just wicked slow, we wouldn't be seeing this move. We wouldn't have caught this move today, right? But you get a mean candle close, you know what I mean? So that's letting you know what time it is. It's time to take this motherfucker in the opposite direction, okay? So it was all based off the daily. That's how we got our sell limits put in place, okay? We had sell limits at the top of this fair value gap. I mean, we had sell limits at the top of the fair value gap. That's what you seen. I had the sell limit up here before I deleted everything. It was right up here, right? Go down to the lower time frame and understand this sell limit was based off of the daily. You know what I mean? So I'm showing y'all how to top down. You know what I mean? How to get your analysis, how to get your bias, and then go down to a lower time frame and get your entry and reduce the risk of reward. I'm showing you how to do that. And then if you're looking at this right here, you can see that 2 days ago was high, right? You see price go up there and takes out that day's high from the previous day, and today she's all the way down here. So you can expect price to come up here, give a retracement probably on some 618 OTE shit, and continue down. We're gonna catch that during London tonight, y'all. All right, that's daily. We had our sell limits up here in the gap, up here touching this OD. Okay, so we come down to the 4 hour. See if there's anything on the 4 hour that we could not see on the 1 hour. I mean, on the daily. All right. Also, family, if you're still in the trade, you understand why I'm taking most of my profits out and starting to leave this runner. Price is activating up off of this bullish order block right here. Okay. So we caught the sell up here. All right. And she's hitting off this bullish order block right here. So I'm looking for a re-entry within this 4 hour gap. Okay. Slash, if she wants to come a little bit higher, breaker block. Comes up here and hit these candles highs. We're taking that on a continuation down tonight. I mean, we're taking that. I might sell them or something. I ain't gonna cap. All right. But you may be looking at this as, well, Tracy, isn't this a goddamn inverted head and shoulders to take? You know what I mean? Isn't this a bullish setup? Yeah, if you trade in retail, hell yeah, it's bullish. You know what I mean? If you trade in retail, hell yeah, you can go ahead and get your shit smacked if you want to. Understand that higher time frame bias rules all. It trumps all. So this lower time frame can be giving out a false buy signal, just like this. You know what I mean? Just so that motherfucker can turn around and wax all these niggas stops, all these swing lows, boom, boom, boom. I mean, don't fall for this trap again. Don't fall for this trap now. Price will continue lower. She will give you another leg low. Based off the daily, she is going to swing. Coming for these lows down here, 87,215. Okay. But 4 hour time frame, you can see how price came up in this gap and reacted. Okay, so if this is our gap, fair value gap here, which it looks better on the daily time frame, right? On the daily, you can see price actually react. It was like a perfect gap for you. All right, so if your daily gap is like this, you can see how these wicks reacted when she came up in it and filled this motherfucker all the way. Perfect entry, perfect entry. Okay. We did have a little bit of drawdown now. I'm gonna go over that. You know what I mean? We did see a little bit of drawdown now. All right. So price activated this sell limit. Let's say Wednesday. Price activated the sell limit Monday. Okay, activated the sell limit Monday. We sat in it for a day because we had to withdraw or hold through this stop run that happened within our gap. Right. So I want y'all to understand how price action will always repeat itself. As long as you're on top of the market, you will be able to catch like repeated moves just like this. Isn't this same move right here? You see this 4 hour structure within this gap that we caught the sell on? Is that not the same exact structure as how we caught the sell on the daily? Is this not this exact structure right here? Run on stops, bust down, come right back into the gap, continuate down. Is that not the exact same thing? You know what I mean? So understand that how we caught the sell on the daily is exactly how we caught our re-entries on the lower time frame. You know what I mean? So come back to this 4 hour. Okay. See price come up into the fair value gap, give a retracement down. Okay. But this first run right here wasn't enough. You know what I mean? She should have went ahead and got it pushing for the sell right then and there. You know what I mean? But it wasn't enough. So she came back up and ran the stops that rested above this swing up. Okay, so we're getting the run on stops. We're getting the early sellers knocked out the market. We won't go on for this. We understood what price was doing, and our stop loss was up here. You know, I mean, we have smart stop loss. I mean, we ain't no dummies. We can expect shit like this to happen, and we're gonna catch the re-entry every single time. All right. So price comes up here, takes out this high. Boom, you can see how price closes above here, right? Cannot close above this high. Wicks go all the way up here. Price closes all the way down here. That is a market structure shift. Okay. Then you see price turn around and just go crazy for the sell-off. Okay, so this is on the 2 hour. So we caught it from literally all the way up here, down here for a 50 pip drop. 50 pip drop, and we're trying to catch the continuation for like really like 150 pips. Okay. But understanding what's going on here. Okay. So 1 hour time frame. We're going to keep busting down so you can see how we were able to catch this re-entry. The re-entry was caught off the 15 minute. Okay. So this is when we woke up this morning for London session, 5 a.m. Okay. We've seen price approach this swing high right here. The stop run is clear as day. Here's your swing high. Look at price on that 15-minute. Come up here, pierce that swing high. Look at how those candles close versus where that wick goes. Candles close right there on the resistance. Pick the perfect close. I want y'all to see this. Look how those candles close. If price did not have any wicks, everybody would make money. All right. These is manipulation. Wicks are nothing but manipulation. Not let wicks fool you. Okay. You can see the stop run above the swing high. The same thing that happened on a daily. Same way we call our re-entry. Break of structure bearish right after the run on stop loss. Okay. Break of structure bearish, bust down. What does she leave us supposed to be able to take advantage of? That gap. That gap. Give us another gap right here. Okay. We entered again at the gap. We already had entries up here. Okay. So we already had entries up here. We just seen a little bit of drawdown. We seen price give us this is like our super confirmation. Yeah, she's going to bust down here. We already knew as soon as we seen this stop run and this turnaround market structure shift right here, we already knew that price is going to go. No questions and nobody had it. No questions. Re-entries right here. Reduce that risk to reward because then we moved our stop losses to above the swing high. All right. So then the risk to reward was looking something a little bit like this. Like the show position, we entered right there. Sniper entry, no drawdown whatsoever. No drawdown whatsoever on this entry right here. None. If you know, you know. Account management, no. Y'all was blue all motherfucking day. I just took profit for y'all. That's the move. Risk to reward. Risk to reward, and we're not even done. We're still expecting the goddamn done. Still expecting this one. I mean, now, what I'm looking for the continuation. Okay, what I'm looking for the continuation. I understand that we still have a lot of imbalance to go. We have at least another 50 pip drop. I'm sorry, I'm capped out. We got another 17 pips on it. Okay. We have another 17 pips on the drop that I know for sure is going to get filled. You know what I mean? I also understand that we just hit a little bit of support, right? We just hit a little bit of support when it comes to this 4-hour order book. So I can expect a retracement to happen. Now, I mean, I can expect that. Do I expect for price to turn around and like buy up something stupid from here? Hell no. Hell no, not at all. What I am expecting the price to do is retrace. Okay, what I am expecting the price to do is retrace. So I see this 4-hour fair value gap right here. I also see this breaker block. Okay, I also see this breaker block right here. Price coming up here, running stops, boom, boom, bust down. So I would love to see price return into this gap, into this breaker right here, continuation. If I could put my money, if I was the algorithm, I guarantee that price would come into this gap, right? And the candles will close right here in this gap, but the wicks will come right to the order book. So it's like, it'll be like a perfect entry for whatever you're looking for. I guarantee you that you will have candles that close inside this order block. I mean, inside this gap. But the wicks of those candles will go right up here into this right up there. We're gonna look to catch that for the continuation for the sell down. I also know, right, that in order for price to continue for the sell, I know that it's not just gonna impulsively just keep shooting the fuck down and go and smack those entries. I mean, go smack that gap. I know that's not gonna happen. I know retracements have to happen in order for continuation to that. Now, talk to me. If my chart is screaming bear on that higher time frame, what am I looking for on a lower time frame in order for me to sell it? Talk to me. Buys, right? I want to see buy side liquidity get grabbed. I want to see price go out and take out a swing high. I want to see price make 95% of the market think this is going to shoot up from here. And then I'm going to sell it. I'm going to do the exact opposite of where everybody else do the exact opposite. You know what I mean? So I'm looking at this swing high right here. Okay, this swing high right here is definitely on my chart, on my eyes. Okay. This swing high right here will pretty much determine for me if we're going to get that continuation down tonight, or if we're going to or price is going to give like maybe a deeper retreat up. You know what I mean? This high right here will really confirm that for me that we're going to go down. Okay. I understand what rests above this high. What rests above this high, y'all? Talk to me. What's above this high?
Buy side.
Buy side. Okay. Buy side liquidity rests above the swing high. If I was the algorithm, I would make price really aggressively buy up, take out the top. In retail terms, that's going to be a market structure shift. What they're going to be looking for is they're going to be looking for this. You know what I mean? What am I going to be looking for? This. That's what I'm going to be looking for. See how we doing the exact opposite of what the market, what 95% of the market's doing? That's why we win and they lose. That's why we win. That's why they lose. Straight like that. You know what I mean? So I understand I got the swing high right here, buy side liquidity rest above it. If I'm zooming back out, right? I also understand that right above the swing high is where that 4-hour fair value gap is. All right, there go your 4-hour gap. It's right above this high. So I can expect for price to retrace up to grab this swing high and come into this fair value gap on a 4-hour, potentially react off the breaker. All right, on that 1 hour here. I mean, I'm sorry. Looks like a lot of traffic. 4-hour looks like. You can see that breaker. So we're gonna be looking at this area right here in order to take advantage of selling. It's a decent little range that we gonna be looking for selling in. I ain't gonna care. We got a nice little range. We're looking for the sell continuation. Our range right here for that sell continuation. Decent little range. You know what I mean? A few pips, right? So we're not just going to be selling as soon as the price comes up in here, even though it's only in a 12 pip difference. That's not bad at all. We're still going to be patient though. Still going to be patient. So London approaches, we're going to look for price to take out the swing high. And we're going to be on this lower time frame, you know what I mean? 3 minute, 1 minute, looking for the exact same thing. We look for breaker structure bearish. We're going to catch the gap. We're going to continue it down there. Easy as that. Okay. Ones in the chat, if we understand EURGBP, we understand why I sold. We understand why we got the re-entries. We understand what we're looking for the continuation. If you have any questions, let me know it right now, or else we're going on to the next play. 13 people on the call. Okay. Yeah, y'all know I don't play that now. Y'all know I ain't going. I need to see as many threes as possible. I need to see as many ones as possible. If you have any questions, mute your mic or drop in the chat and let me know what your question is so we can get an answer. I'm gonna drop the screenshot in the chat. Y'all can have it. That re-entry right up in here. Down here. Chat for y'all. All right, bet. Next, NAS. This way everybody want to see. The NASDAQ. Tearing their ass up, y'all. Been tearing their ass up. It is insane. It's insane. Okay, so let's start talking about it. Okay. First things first, okay. This buy right here, so this right here was the news buy. Okay, it wasn't news, but it was based off of the economic calendar. Okay, it was based off the economic calendar. There's a lot of tech companies that released their earnings for the week. And that happened. What day was this when this buy? When we was on the call, this buy happened. Was that 2 days ago? Tuesday. Okay, so it was yesterday. Okay. It was yesterday morning, I believe. No, I'm sorry. It was yesterday at the end of New York, right? It was New York closed. I mean, it was around 4 o'clock on this call, and we was expecting for this buy right here to happen. Okay. But some shit happens sometimes. We had bad stop losses. You know what I mean? So some of us caught this buy, some of us didn't. But the sell-off is what we did catch. Okay. We was catching buys all up in here. We understood that from here we was going to get some type of buy up. We understood that. Why? Okay, let's talk about why. You have to talk draws on liquidity. You have to talk draws on liquidity. You have to understand what that higher time frame is telling you. Okay, let's start all over from there. You have to understand what the higher time frame is telling you. Okay, so understand that we have a swing high right here at 11.9 or 11.948. Okay, so we had the swing high right here at 11.948, and understand that for this day right here, which day was this? Monday. Monday price aggressively ran up here. You know what I mean? She aggressively ran up here, but she stopped short. Okay, she stopped short. She stopped at 11.925. Okay, and we was looking for 11.952 to get smashed. So when we seen that right there, we already understood that price is going to go higher. Another thing that a lot of people was looking for that they got their shit smacked on, which I can understand why, but we're going to go over that. You know what I mean? We're going to go over that. Okay. We're going to understand why. Drop a 1 in the chat if you was looking for price to continuate for the sale off of this fair value gap right here. If you was looking for price to goddamn hit this gap right here and just goddamn give that next leg down based off of this stop run. Was anybody looking at that? When price returned to this gap, where you going bearish on your chart, or am I the only one? I was definitely looking for a sale about it, and they gave it to you for 2 days. You know what I mean? But she kept pushing for that buy move. I'm the only one I was looking for a sale about it though. I'm the only one looking, y'all. Well, I'll show y'all.
But you can repeat the question again.
I say, goddamn, how many was anybody looking like when price came up into this gap right here? Was anybody looking for price to continue for that sale?
All right, well, I was not looking at that.
Nobody was looking at that.
Not me personally.
I would. I ain't gonna cap. I would. I was looking for price to goddamn geek. I was looking for price to hit off this gap right here and give that next leg lower. That's exactly what I was looking for. And for 2 days, she gave you a nice sell move. Then that bitch kept pushing for the buy. So you have to go with what that market's telling you. You have to. You know what I mean? You can't. One thing that a lot of traders have problems with is marrying their analysis. You know what I mean? Marrying your analysis until it's too late. You know what I mean? Until your goddamn account is gone. That's the last thing that you want to do. So I had a very bearish mindset coming into this goddamn gap. But price immediately told me, nah, nigga, it's not bearish, it's bullish. Switch it up. I mean, so we had to go from bearish to bullish just like that. Now, another thing I want y'all to look at. Let's look at this higher time frame. But let's zoom out. Zoom out. Let's talk retail. What's this, y'all?
A big ass trend line.
Well, look. Well, listen. I mean, a stupid ass trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4 taps.
Violated.
She already violated her. We finna pushing and go grab all this box up. So we got this 1, 2, 3, 4 taps on the trendy on the daily. Why did it go from bearish to bullish? Because we have to, the algorithm has to go for buy side liquidity. It has to, in order for price to continuate and give you a stronger leg lower, it has to go for buy side liquidity first. This market is not going to just continue to shoot lower. All right, so your higher time frame, like longer term bias, is still bearish, right? Longer term, we're still looking for price to give us another price leg lower by the end of the year type shit. You know what I mean? By the end of the year, we'll have a new leg lower, right? Before that happens, price is going to reprice and go to grab all the liquidity that she has missed. She is not going to leave all of this money right here on the table. You understand how many people sold here? This is for a year. This is a year's worth of liquidity right here. Niggas sold here, 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 here. It's stop losses all up here. I'm not saying that price is going to goddamn go fucking federal and come all the way back there. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that price will give you a higher leg up to go grab some more buy side liquidity before that next leg lower comes. I can expect for that to happen here, potentially. All right, this gap right here that's never been tapped, 12.530 area. I can expect for that gap to get tapped right there before the next leg lower. You know what I mean? But I know for a fact that price is going to be higher, right? You also have to understand, like, even if you didn't see this right here, you know what I mean? The easiest way to determine bias is just by going off of what candlesticks tell you. You know what I mean? It's just that simple, right? So price comes down here, creates these relatively equal lows, right? This is another reason why we understand that price is going to give us another leg low. Like, she's not just going to leave. Price has been bearish for a whole year. She's not just going to leave these lows on the table. This is going to get grabbed. It's going to smack this gap right here first, right? But going with what these candlesticks are telling you, right? This is why I said earlier that I was bearish until price told me otherwise, right? So if price comes up in this fair value gap right here, right? Price comes up in this gap and you're automatically going, yeah, I need to see bearish, right? I need to see impulsive bearish. I'm looking for that next price leg lower based off of this gap, right? And then you see the next fucking day comes to that 4. Right? You see the next day, she comes up in this gap. She gives you a nice little sell-off, and she gives you something that we'll be looking for as smart money traders. That's a run on stops inside the fair value gap field. That's a bust down, breaking structure bearish, and she gives you a gap. Why did price ignore it? Why did price not even think about it? Didn't even think about slowing down right here. It just kept pushing. See how bold that candle is? She didn't think about it. So why did that happen? Why did that happen? You know what I mean? That algorithm is, huh?
It was inducement.
It was inducement. Exactly. It was inducement. You know what I mean? Price is looking for that buy side. Price is looking for that buy side. No questions asked. This run right here wasn't nothing but inducement to come up here and grab this daily out. Got everybody thinking that we're going to sell early. I mean, so although it happens, family, like understand that taking this sell right here, like inside this gap and putting your SL above the goddamn swing high, like that's not a bad trade setup. And losing this trade right here, like we didn't lose it, but I can understand why you would take this sell like into this gap and losing this trade like does not mean like you're a bad trader. Like that's in fact the exact setup that you'll want to see every single time for you to take a setup. In my eyes, I need to see a run on stop, break a structure in the opposite direct gap field. You know what I mean? Taking the exact same setup that you see every single time, taking the exact same setup, it has to look the exact same every single time you take it. Sometimes you will take L's. Y'all know that's inevitable. I mean, but taking the exact same setup every single time it presents itself like this is you're going to win a lot more times you're going to lose. Say that right now. I mean, but yeah, okay. So this was inducement. Price did not want to. Price was not bearish. Okay, she gave a false little sell off right here. All this sell off right here did was come and run these lows. That's all that sell off did was come down here and run these lows, and then as you can see, price turns around and breaks structure move. Okay, this is when we started to get in position for that bye. Okay, down here. This is when we was on that call. All right, we was on the call. And we sat on this motherfucker for a long time. We was down here in this consolidation range, right? We understood that price pierced this swing low. So if price wanted to go ahead and break structure, turn around and go ahead and go crazy for that buy move, it could do that, right? As you can see, what happens? Swing low, price comes down here. Comes to it looks like. All right, so you get a swing low, boom. She comes down here and pierces the low. So here's your run on stops, activating everybody's stop losses, making everybody think price is going to sell. Here, she turns around, breaks structure in the opposite direction, get an impulsive buy up. Now it is very choppy. It's choppy as hell, you know what I mean? But it's like dudes and deuce and all that good shit. You know what I mean? So you can, this right here is something that we can deal with. You know what I mean? She turns around, gives you that breaking structure bullish in the opposite direction, drop your fib. That's about a 79% retracement in confluence with this order block. Last bearish candle for that turnaround, hits it, takes off, gives you one more time to enter. She's wheezy out of here. Wheezy out of here. So this is when we got in position for that buy move. I mean, ran that bitch up. Ran it all the way up easily because we knew that these gaps right here had to get filled at least. Right. And that's why you see price come up in this little gap and then consolidate all over again. Let me check that. You explain market structure shift. When price pierces a swing high or pierces a swing low, all you're looking for price to do is impulsively turn around to the opposite. That's all a market structure shift is. But the market structure shift is only important and it's only invalid. It's only important and only valid when price is in the area of liquidity. We're not just looking at any break of structure and determining that as okay, price turn around. Like, no. You see how many times price gave you a false breaker structure up in here? Look at this breaker structure. Isn't this a breaker structure bullish? Why ain't price go crazy? Because ain't no liquidity right there. So price is going to keep pushing to where the liquidity is at. Once she reaches the swing low, because stop losses rest below here, that's when she gonna activate, and that's when every single candlestick matters. I mean, every single candlestick matters after price grabs liquidity. So once she gets down here and gets inside this swing low, it's activating everybody's stop losses. All I need to see is the first thing I'm determining is where is my structure? what am I going to use for my breaker structure? What swing high has to get pierced in order for me to be like, okay, that's a market structure, right? And that's the question that everybody really wants to answer to, you know what I mean? So we're down here piercing this low, okay? And say we're like right here. I don't have the replay tool. I don't pay for trading. I mean, I should, but I'm not going to act like that. You know what I mean? So y'all folk act like this is what we see. This is what we see. We don't know what's going on to the right, okay? So price is coming down here. She's grabbing liquidity, right? She's grabbing liquidity below that swing low. A break of structure in the opposite direction is just price taking out any type of structure, any type of bullish structure that she has. You know what I mean? To the immediate left of you. The most recent structure to the left of you is what determines her break. You know what I mean? So what's this bullish candle right here, y'all? I got a lower high candle to the left of me. I got a lower high on the candle to the right of me. So what is this candle right here?
So it's a swing high. So
It's a swing high. It's a swing high. Exactly. It's a swing high. You got the candle to the left of you's high is lower, right? You get a nice little goddamn bone pivot, and the candle to the right of you is lower than it's high. So that is a swing high. That is a pivot point. Price pivoted from here. So that's a swing high. We're where the liquidity rests. So if at any point, you know what I mean, price just pierces swing. Let me draw this line out one more time so nobody gets. This is where we at now, right? So if at any point while price is down here grabbing liquidity, right, below the swing low, all I want to see is price break immediate structure that's to the left of me. So at this point, right, this is our swing low. We're grabbing liquidity off of. This is a swing high. All right, this right here is a swing high. So price is grabbing liquidity. I want to see price take out this swing high right here with momentum. That's going to determine what my breaker structure is. You know what I mean, because it has to take out this swing high with momentum. It's the most recent swing high that I have to the left of me before the stop run. You know what I mean, so price has to take out this swing high with momentum for me to be like, all right, this is our market structure shift. Price will turn around bullish. Boom, boom, boom. See, price aggressively pushes. Not only does she grab this swing high, but she comes for this one all the way up here. That's a great breaker structure. Then she wants to come all the way up here as well. She ain't goddamn close above us high. That's how far she made it type shit. You know what I mean? That's how far she made it. Now, this is only important because she grabbed liquidity. If this would have happened anywhere else on the way down, it wouldn't matter. You know what I mean? It would not matter at all. But because we just pierced liquidity, now this market shift, now this shift in the opposite direction matters. You know what I mean? It makes all the difference in where price is going to go.
So that shift, it is effective on any time frame. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay,
Universal on any and everything, any time frame. I go to the monthly and shit. I'll stop runs. 1 second. You know what I mean? This shit happens on any and every time frame, any and any pair, stock, crypto. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what you're trading. If you're an investor, if you're the type to get on Robinhood or whatever the fuck people invest on and buy and sell shit like that, you need to be on charts looking at stop runs. It is that simple. You want to know how Greg told everybody in the merge chat to buy Ripple, and it's up 226% in 1 week off a stop run, off of a fair value gap. This is universal, family. I'm gonna show y'all that too. Yeah. So universal on all time frames. And yes, this market structure shift after the run on stops is what makes this valid. Okay. So after she takes out this swing high, after the stop run, that's what determines, okay, boom, we're gonna go boom. Usually she leaves the gap. The ideal setup would be for price to like blast off and leave that fair value gap. But on this day right here, price was very much choppy. A lot of news and do shit that we had going on. It was a Thursday, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of bullshit going on this week, you know what I mean? But still, if you drop your fear from swing high to swing low, do that thing came to. That OTE never lies, ever. All right, so she gives you that OTE move. All right. Then she got down, starts to blast off, and look how she gives it to you one more time. Isn't this right here a swing low? Okay. That's a swing low right there as well. Look at the stop run on that. Price coming right below there, activating everybody stops. Niggas bought right there. They stop losses below this low. Pierce, right? Get that turnaround, breaker structure bullish. Where's this wick right here come to? Because here's your entry. Where's that wick come? Order block candle. Last bearish candle before that turnaround, breaker structure in the opposite direction. I mean, it turns down into that order block. There's your second entry. Gives it up. Gives it up. So it was deep, very much in position to catch all this. All of it. You know what I mean? We targeted this gap right here. Then we seen price still want to give it up. It still want to give it up. So we're going as market structure is telling us, family. You know what I mean? We're going with what market structure tells us. You know what I mean? You have to keep following price. Now, we have this gap right here. Okay. A lot of people will be looking for a sell up out of this gap. Why? It's a breaker block as well. You look all the way to the left over here. Okay, look all the way to the left. What's going on here? That's a swing high. That's a retracement. That's a pierce. That's a breaker structure bearish. It's a lot of y'all. There was a lot of people looking to catch the sell right here to write it down. No, not gonna happen. Price is bullish. Okay, and you want to know what confirms that? You want to know how to be like, all right, let me not just go ahead and sell yet. I need a confirmation. You always have to wait for a confirmation, y'all. Don't just be out this bitch pressing buy, sell aggressively. That's how you get your shit waxed. I'm telling you, wait for what I'm telling you to do, and you're going to win all the time. I'm telling you, it's as simple as waiting for confirmation. Talk to me now. I want y'all to talk to me. We up in this gap, right? We up in this 15-minute gap. We up in this breaker block. At any point within this consolidation range, does she break structure bearish? Yes or no? Man,
Nah.
man, let me see.
No.
No, right? Is this a breaker structure bearish? Taking out this swing low. Is that a breaker structure bearish? Yes or no?
No.
Why?
We didn't get a break, like a strong candle break into the downside.
Exactly. At not one point within this fair value gap did she give you a strong displacement sell. If price wanted to sell from here, it's going to dump the fuck off and come back and give you a retracement to catch it. You know what I mean? At not nail point within this fair value gap did she give you that motherfucking one strong candle that confirms it's time to go. At not one point within this consolidation range did she take out any swing low with momentum. Any. Let's look at it. First swing low here, never even made it. Second swing low here, never even made it. Third swing low here, made it. Candles not closing. There's no momentum. There is no momentum to that downside. Candles are not closing. You know what I mean? Nothing to talk about here. Nothing. These are stop runs below the swing low. If price was going to continue wait for that sell, price would close very much bearish. Maybe coming into this gap right here, filling this gap, it would close very much bearish with momentum. Very much. Not just these little petty ass, bitch ass wicks below. None of that. I mean, so this ain't nothing but stop runs below a swing low. Keep it pushing. Here. Nothing. Okay, nothing. It gives you a little something right here. You know what I mean? That you may be looking at that as old shit. That may be a break structure here. It's nothing to talk about here, family. At not one point did she give you a strong enough sell candle for you to be like, okay, yeah, price is going to turn around and sell. Every other breaker structure that I've showed y'all since we got on this call was a strong displacement candle in the opposite direction after the run-on stop. And it gave you a gap, or it gave you a strong move in the opposite direction to let you know that's going to turn around. It did not do that here, not one time for the sell, but it did do it for the buy. It did do it for the buy, right? So what is this down here? A swing low. Okay. You see price pierce the swing low. You see price turn around. So here's your run on stops, taking out the swing low, grabbing liquidity below it. Break structure bullish. Turn around in that opposite direction. Leaves you that gap. Come on now. Happens every day. Same thing every day, or else I don't want it. Leaves you this fair value gap right there. There's your gap. She's out of here. So she didn't give it to you for the sell, but she gave it to you for the buy. So as long as you're paying attention to price action and not marrying your analysis, You have to be able to go with the flow of what price is giving you. You know what I mean? If price is not giving you that sell, then don't sit here and be like, you know what I mean? Ah, shit, like I'm just not gonna take no trade. Like, or you gotta go with the flow. You know what I mean? You gotta go with what price actually giving you. She never gave you a breaking structure bearish for that sell, but she gave you a breaking structure bullish for that buy. Why are you still having a bearish mindset? Why? Go with what the flow is giving you. Obviously, as soon as this stop run right here happened, as soon as this breaking structure in the opposite direction happened, price went from bearish to, I mean, it was never bearish in the first place, but that lets you know that price is still bullish. At not one point did you turn around and give you market structure shift. She gave it to you bullish. So you keep going with what price is giving you. If she would have got down, she would have came downhill with it, you know what I mean, on some shit. Yeah, we would have been like bullish to bearish, let's sell it. It did not happen. One's in the chat if you understand this right here. If you understand exactly what I'm saying right here, right now, as far as not mirroring analysis, going with the flow with these candlesticks, I'm going to tell you. Once. 10 people on the call, I need 10 ones before I continue. More questions. Say love. Say love. All right. Bet. Okay. Catching on the smart money vocabulary. Yeah. You know what I mean? Put you on game, man. Put you on game. It's all for $3.99. All right. So you see the market structure, you know what I mean? Shift bullish, boom, come right back down into this gap. Wheezy the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? She gives it up. She gives it all the way up. But remember, family, remember, what are we reaching for? This daily swing high up here at 11,948, right? Come back to this daily, and we understand now that where the draw on liquidity is. You know what I'm saying? When price did not react bearish about this gap, and this is how you keep your analysis going. This is how you keep with that bias, right? All right. So as soon as price come up in this gap right here, and she didn't react bearish, you already knew where your next draw on liquidity was, right? Because the market goes from what, family? It either reacts off of what two things, family? Talk to me.
Imbalance.
Imbalance or liquidity. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Imbalance or liquidity. So if I see that price come up in this gap and did not break structure bearish for me, did not give me that bearish turnaround, I understand that my next draw on liquidity is where this liquidity is at, right? If there's no more gaps on this daily, this is the only gap, right? And where's the next swing high? You know what I mean? What's the next draw on liquidity? It's the swing high. It's here. Now I mean, if we keep it pushing above the swing high, where's the next draw? Here. It's the swing high. If she keeps it pushing above that high, where's the next draw? This gap. Keeps it pushing above here. Where's the next draw? This high. It's as simple as understanding where your gaps is, where your swing highs is. So as soon as she did not react bearish up out of here, you already knew off the flat. Next top was the swing high here. And we knew that. We knew that coming into this consolidation range right here. Caught the buy up. Okay. All this is live on the call, family. We really be going off. Also. All right, so we caught the buy up from here, but we understood that price stopped short. We understood that. And we already knew that this stopping short of 11,948 was straight up bullshit. We already knew that. You know what I mean? Straight up bullshit. We already knew, right, that what's going on in retail head, though, when they seeing this swing high right here get approached. This is a swing high. It's time to sell. So the algorithm is going to make y'all niggas think that bitch is going to sell now. She going to make y'all think it's going to sell whenever she stops short. It's inducement. Price stopping short of an area, giving it a reason to eventually go up there. Price stops short of the swing high. All right. Price stops short of that daily swing high. It starts to sell off. Retail getting happy as hell. They seeing this, they're like, oh yeah, it's time to goddamn get right on the sell. You know what I mean? Emptying the clip. Niggas sell right here where they stops at, all the way up here above the swing high, 11,948. Okay. So this little false sell-off right here, stopping short of that swing high, wasn't nothing but inducement, wasn't nothing but the algorithm getting y'all ready, you know what I mean, to just go higher. Right. So retailers seeing this as, right, a price coming up here to this resistance, You know what I mean? Turn around, maybe come back down. They're looking at it as this, right? They want to see that thing go down. That's what retail's thinking, right? That's what 95% of the market's thinking. What are we thinking as smart money traders? Understand that this swing high didn't get tapped yet. So we're gonna go up here and grab it. What are we looking for? Any type of run on lows. Any type of run on lows. You know what I mean? Any type of run on lows. If I see this, I see a swing low. I'm looking for price to sell off. I want price to sell off. You know what I mean? I want price to make everybody think that it's going to keep going bearish. I want that to happen. We want to see as smart money traders. We're not scared by this. We're not looking at this as, oh shit, price is going to leave bearish. No, we understand this is manipulation. Once she grabs this low, I want to see that thing turn the fuck around. Exactly what she did. Exactly what she did. She turned around. Okay. So she reached for the swing low. Once again, family gives you that goddamn run on stops. There's your run on stops right down there. Okay. Here's that low. Turns around with that momentum. Right. And this is when we was on that call and we had bad SL placement because we put our SL right below this low and she didn't reach for it and went crazy for that buy right up there. This is when all those tech companies released their earnings at 4 o'clock. Okay. 4 o'clock, the market dropped down for sell side liquidity. And look at what she gave you. You know what I mean? Look at the move that she gave you. Y'all gotta see this shit. It's insane. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. 1 second, I gotta watch this. Look how insane this is on the 1 minute. Tell me that what I'm teaching y'all right now is a lie. Tell me. There's your swing low. When that news hit at 4 o'clock, she automatically ran down for that swing low. Get early buyers the fuck out of there. Automatically ran for the swing low here. Turns around. Right. This shit crazy. This all happened within like 30 seconds, bro. Like this wick down here, bro, you couldn't buy that quick enough. And my mom, if you know, you know. If you was watching this with us at 4 o'clock, price would not, if you would have tried to bought that motherfucker down here, slippage would have had you all the way up there. That's how quick it dropped down. You know what I mean? But she runs those stops, breaks structure, bullish, opposite direction, returns into that fair value gap in like a fucking 5-second drop down. And then just immediately, 1 minute, 5 minutes, you out of the market. Y'all see how crazy that is? It don't matter, you know what I mean? News, earnings releases, anything like that, they're not going to do nothing but draw the market to where liquidity is. It never fails. Before a news release move really happens, it's going to go and grab liquidity in the opposite direction. The earnings release happened at 4. Before that release came out, she went for sell side liquidity. Here's your breaker structure bullish here, right? Because that's a swing high right there. So after that stop run, she turns around and takes out the swing high with momentum, comes all the way up here. Returns into that gap, 5-second drop, boom, 1 minute, you done smacked your. And where does she go to? That daily swing high at 11,948. Can't make it up. You cannot make it up, family. And then this is where we caught the sell. You know what I mean? I'll be telling y'all, you know what I mean? And we really be catching these moves in this merge now. You know what I mean? So we catch the buy down here to 11,951. Grab that daily swing high. Okay. Now, family, understand that we still keeping the bullish bias on the daily, like short term. Short-term bullish bias to come grab the trend line liquidity that's resting, you know what I mean, above this whole daily drop-off. Right? So all this trend line liquidity that's resting above these swing highs, we're coming for that. Now, I mean, we understand that. What do we also understand? In order for price to continuate bullish with momentum, what has to happen first, family? Talk to me. What has to happen before bullish impulse?
Outside liquidity.
Grab on liquidity in that sell side direction. You want to see price turn the book around, right? So on that daily time frame, what does she do? Right? She goes up and pierces 11,948. Okay, let's come back down to that minute. I'm gonna show y'all magic. I'm gonna show y'all how many entries we got. It's insane. Insane. Okay, so zoom in over here. Okay, so Okay, run on stops, buy in the gap, 11,951 violated. Let's come to the 3 minute. I need y'all to see the lower time frame play that it gave you to take it all the way down. Like I'm telling you, as long as you know y'all shit and you pay attention to the same concept every single time, you're going to be able to catch plays. And these plays that we're catching are ridiculous. So comes in, reaches for that swing high, 11,951. I mean 11,948. Okay, boom, grabs it. Talk to me about. Let's talk about it. Okay, first run comes up here. And let's think about retail now, because all this shit is happening very, very fast. But retail is looking at all this shit. Price comes up here. The first run, stop short of 11,948. Stop short of that swing high. Okay. And retraces down. All right. What retail thinking? Sell, 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 sell. Stop loss above 11,948. She finna get wicked for the sale, because last time price came to 11,948, she sold off. History always repeats itself, right? That's not the case, man. That's not the case. You know what I mean? So we're gonna come up here, give a retracement back down, right? Run their stops, get all of them out the way. Early sellers are done. 11,948 demolished. The stop losses are resting below a 948, 11,948 smash. The niggas that sold early, their stop losses are done. The nigga that's believing breaking retest, price taking out the swing high, they're done as well. Everybody's done. You know what I mean? Then price turns around and gives you the impulsive sell move. Okay, leaves you gaps. Okay, this is displacement in the opposite direction after the stop run. Okay, this is a market structure shift in the opposite direction after they stop run. Okay, gives it to you as clear as day. Leaves you with that gives out. All right, she leaves you with that gap. Okay. So same thing that happens, okay? Get your M formation, boom, price stops short of the high, retraces down, pierces 11,948, pierces this high, breaker structure bearish, fill in the gap, okay? What happens within the gap that confirms that this bitch is gonna dump off? Price comes up here, taps the gap one time, right? Retraces down, okay? Taps that gap one time, retraces back down, but it doesn't give you that swing move yet. Why? Because it's right when the market closed. It's right when the market, all this shit is happening like right before 5 o'clock. The market closes at 5, somewhere the fuck down here, opens up at 6, retracing back up to grab buy side more quick. Buy side liquidity one more time, right? Coming above the swing high she just recreated, but staying within the gap, right? There is your run on stops again. M's out. Breaker structure bearish again, fair value gap fill again. Now she's out of here. Now she's out of here. There's your market making sell model right there on the 1 minute time frame. After the run on stops over 11,948. Okay, leaves you with this nice fat ass gap. Down, gives it to you as clear as day. There's your dump. That's how you catch everything. 11-11, angels, angels, angels. Angels. I believe the angels. Where's price? Where's price? Where's price? There we go. Okay. So that's how you catch a sell. Off of that 1 minute turnaround. Off of that 1 minute pierce on 11,948 turnaround, breaker structure bearish gap fill. You catch all this. All of it. The only thing that we don't be in position for all this shit, you crazy. We caught all of this from start to finish. The whole thing. The whole WAP, 4,000 pips. Easy. That's all within a day. This is a day's worth of price action, like a day and a half. You know what I mean? Understand that. Now we're gonna talk about how we caught continuations, then how we talk about how we caught this buy back up. Okay. Now, price comes up. Chris is 11,948. She turns around. Okay. And you've seen the lower time frame breaker structure, right? I just showed y'all what happened on the 1 minute in order for us to determine that the bitch is going to break. That's it. At 1 minute pierce, turn around, breaker structure in the opposite direction. You know what I mean? Boom. Now, the same thing happens on this 15 minute or 1 hour, whatever, bigger time frame, same thing happens. So on a way bigger structure, right? So you see price coming up here, creating a high, retracing down, running for stops, bust down, breaker structure bearish. What type of block is this that we're returning into, family? No, what type of block is that? Mitigation of breaker.
Breaker.
Breaker, right? So we got a mean breaker block, easy breaker block. It's just on a way bigger structure, way bigger structure. But a big ass breaker block. Price comes up crazy high, retraces down, pierces it, boom, breaker structure in the opposite direction. When breaker block, when shit like this happens, we're now looking at these candles, right, as our re-entry area. Breaker blocks, we're always looking at these candles right here. I mean, just gonna look for a return right back up into those candles, look for that continuation down. Okay. Now, go down to that lower time frame, see how we caught that. All right, we're gonna just go ahead and identify this area. All right, this breaker block area. Identify this, we're going to zoom down to that lower. Shout out that boy Greg. All right, shout out them pandemic billionaires for putting us catch the continuation down. Okay. The continuation was called at around 3:30 in the morning. You know what I mean? What, 3:05? So it was around 3 o'clock in the morning when this continuation move happened. And then I'll talk about the next re-entry that happened around like 6 London fall. Happened a couple hours later. This is about 3 in the morning right here. Okay, 3 in the morning we was up. We understood that we was looking for that breaker block entry. Okay. Also understand that what's this right here? Swing high. What's above the swing high? Talk to me. What's above the swing high? What rests above it?
Liquidity.
Liquidity. Okay. What's also above this motherfucker? A breaker block. Why did price stop short of the breaker block here? Why didn't price hit this breaker block right then and there? Why didn't it happen just like? Why did price stop short of it? Giving price a reason to eventually come back up here and smack it. That is your inducement. Okay. So we already understood that there was a swing high right here. We already understood that that breaker was what we was looking for our entry at. Okay. Look how precise price comes up and smacks that breaker. Smacks the low of this candle. Smacks it. Picture perfect. Pip to pip. You know what I mean? On the money. You know what I mean? So precision is everything. But even if you didn't even catch this, right? Catch the sniper, because you know you always want to get a confirmation, right? What else happens? Now, I mean, not only does she react exactly off of where we want her to react off of, what else happens, y'all? Right? What's this right here? Swing high. What's this right here? Pierce. Liquidity grab. Right? Everybody that sold right here. Everybody that got their stop losses but as high. They done. Everybody believe in breaking retest for the bot. They're done. Right? What really happens? Turn around. Break of structure bearish. What is this? The same thing that we're catching on the bigger, the same exact thing, family, that we're catching on this bigger structure as far as, right? Breaker, continuation. What do you think's happening right down here on the 5 after price hits this breaker block? She gives you a completely different breaker block, completely different. Run on those stops into that breaker, run them, bust down breaker structure bearish. Where does this entry return to? Right at the low, right at these lows. Right at these lows. Boom. She's out of there. Breaker block plus fair value gap fill. Come on now. You can't make this shit up. All right. So shout out to Greg for putting us in position, right, on the precision entry, right? Very precision entry coming into this breaker block right here. Very much precision. And then the confirmation was given after she hit the breaker block and gave you that displacement sell in the opposite direction, leaving you a gap. She's out of there again. She's out of there all over again. Okay, so we caught another price leg. We caught another leg lower, right? That gave us an additional, what, about 2,500 pips? Okay, so we got an additional 2,500 pips from, about 2,500 on the noggin, right? 2,500 pips from there to there, okay? Now, we're understanding, right, that since this breaker block happened after that run on 11/9/48, that is a market structure shift in the opposite direction on a bigger structure. That is a market structure shift right there. You know what I mean? The question is, what's the draw on liquidity? You know what I mean? What's the draw on liquidity? If price is going to continue to go bullish, and it has to drop lower first. It has to, right? It has to drop lower and grab some type of liquidity. The question is, where the fuck is this motherfucker going to? What is this reaching for? How long is price going to be bearish? When is price going to turn around and continue going for the buy? Is price ever going to turn around and keep going for the buy? Let's figure it out, okay? So this was here. We caught it. Understand that we already knew at least, right, that this gap right here will get filled. Okay, I'm about to show y'all 1 hour. The move that happened during that earnings release that sent us up, right? And then the move that happened last week that sent us all the way up. We understood that this gap right here that had to get filled at least. You know what I mean? At least we had to go there, right? So as far as holding the sales go, we were good until we got here. We already knew that. The question was, is it going to stop there or is it going to keep going from there? You know what I mean? Is it going to keep pushing bearish? And if it does keep pushing bearish, where's the next area that you would stop at? You know what I mean? What is price drawing for, right? So I want y'all to take a look at this right here. This is, you know what I mean? And this is all sauce that I'm learning from my other leaders. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate them for being able to work with the boys. But I wouldn't look at the market this way. Okay? I would not. All right. Look at your 4 hour time frame. Put me on game with the daily ranges. You know what I mean? And midnight open. All right, that's what they put me on. So look here. Look at this, okay? You see from 11,946, you get the bust down, right? Look at your daily range. We have a daily range that goes from these lows down here all the way up to this high. We have a major daily range, okay? In order for us to continue wait for that buy, we're going to have to drop down into a discount market. We have to, you know what I mean? If you don't know what discount market is, it's anything below 50%. Anything below equilibrium is considered discount market. It's clean to buy from there. We already know that we had to get at least a 50% retracement. We already knew that, okay? If we understand that, then the question becomes, what is resting below 50%? That price is going to draw to. Now you have to get your market structure and shit. Now you got to look at your candles, okay? I understand where my 50's at. 50's here. So what's below this 50 line that I know for a fact that price will draw to? If I know that price only moves off of imbalance or liquidity, what's below 50? That's either one of those, right? Either one of those, right? We got relatively equal lows that was down here on the 4 hour. Got another fair value gap that rested down here right below it, which gives you a perfect 618 entry. Gives you a perfect 618 entry off a daily range for the continuation iron. Perfect. I mean, so that's where this motherfucker ends up dumping all the way down to. You know what I mean? She comes down, takes out the gap, okay? Continuates lower to grab these relatively equal lows. And let's look at it so y'all can see. Complete the field. Y'all already know that was 618, so I don't. Then that was 618. Now look here, I'm gonna do that right here. Are those not relatively equal lows, family? All right. So you got relatively equal lows right here. You got a low, you got price coming back down and respecting it. That is retail. That is not us. We understand that this will get pierced. No, it doesn't matter how long it takes. This is going to get pierced. The stop losses are resting below this so-called support that 95% of the market believes in is going to get pierced. We understand that. You know what I mean? So that is where we target. We targeted these relatively equal lows. We targeted the 618 retracement of the whole daily range. We targeted these little gaps that was right below. Yeah. Boom. Caught it. TP. Boom. Easy money. Okay? Easy money. I forgot to go over the sell continuation. All right. So I just went over how we caught the sell continuation from the breaker block here. Then I went live at 5 a.m. All right, we still on that bitch about 7:30, and we caught this continuation down right here. Why? First thing I already understood was that coming back to the 1 hour. All right. This gap right here had to get filled at least. This right here is going to get filled all the way. at least, no questions asked, right? So if I'm understanding that, and whenever we're in this gap, price should have what's stopping price from selling to fill this in? Like what is there? And there's nothing, there's no type of support or no type of resistance that's going to stop price. There's nothing stopping price. Yeah. There's no structure in here. There's no, you know what I mean? There's nothing that would give price any reason to slow down with momentum. There's nothing but a gap has to get filled, and it will get filled. And anytime price retraces up before it fills in this gap, is going to be looked at as a sell opportunity. Until she fills in this gap, any single time price retraces up is going to be looked at as, okay, we can sell it. Because usually, right, when price is truly bearish on that higher time frame, on the lower time frame, these bullish candles will respect price. It will hold price. Okay. So if I'm understanding that, okay, then we already knew. Okay, boom. Price is continuing down for the sell here, but we did not fill in the gap all the way yet. So if price is truly bearish, these bullish candles here, which are order blocks, should respect price. Price should not take out these bullish candles. If it does take out these bullish candles, what would that be considered? A shift. You know what I mean? A shift, unless you're just going for buy side, potentially taking out the highs. But that's not what we would want to see. We want to see price continuously respect the bullish candles until she gets down to where that algorithm wants her to get down to, which is that 618 area. Okay. So we understood that. Okay. So as soon as price busts down, she seen it continue waiting for the sell. We just had to wait for the retracement. We just had to wait for the retracement. Retraces back up into these order block candles. Plus, if I draw my Fibonacci, right, there's 79% retracement on this whole little move right here. So we sold here with our SL above this daily high, caught the rest of the move down. Caught the rest of the move down to the 618. So from my call from here to here, we ran for another 1,500 pips, 1,600. Okay. 1,600 pips. All right. 1,600 pips. So, all right. 1,600 pips on the bust down on my soul. So from there, we went right back up. We went right back up. Okay. So that 618 is where we came back up. Now, mind you, family, we're not just buying off of it. You know what I mean, we're not just buying. We're not just, you know what I mean, predicting that price is going to go from here. We're reacting. We have to react to trades. So we're not just on this bitch emptying the clip until this price comes down here and takes out these lows. What do we want to see? What do we want to see, family? I done said it a billion times. What do I need to see in order for me to be like, all right, this bitch is going to turn around and go bullish? What do I need to see down here? What's my confirmation?
Impulse to move lower.
Supposed to move lower. Okay. Supposed to move lower than breaker structure higher. I mean, breaker structure higher. See, we pretty much want to see just a run on stops. Want to see a run on stops. And then you want to see that bitch turn around in the opposite direction. So we have relatively equal lows here. That should run on stops. Right. Comes down and hits that 618, that 1 hour FVG. Then we zoom in. That's just 3 minute reel. We zoom in, and what happens on the lower time? Just catch the one. Damn. Up in here. Okay. Relatively equal lows. Great. So you already know that's bullshit. We're not going for that. Run on stops. There. Do that. All right, so you got your run on stops. Here. You got a swing high. That's here. Okay, so if we're looking for a market structure shift in the next direction, you want to see price take out this swing high right here with momentum. You see price up this motherfucker, takes it out, candle closes above the swing high. That is a market structure shift after the run on stops. See where she got down. She goes up, turns around in the opposite direction, retraces back down, small gap right here on the 1 minute. Taps that small gap on the 1 minute in confluence with high, low, 618, OTE ski on the noggin, back about it. We're back the fuck about here. We got buy positions down here, currently still holding the motherfucking buy. We ain't getting no re-entries on the buy. You know what I mean? I didn't see anything clear enough for me to catch another buy entry, but I'm pretty sure London will give it up for another buy entry for us. But there we go. That's all your price action. That's all your price action from all this week on how we caught this bit. I just gave y'all the plays on how to catch, how we caught every single move this week. You know what I mean? And how to catch the plays. You know what I mean? Because look at your risks reward on these setups. If you're going with that algorithm, I mean, you can't lose trading like this. You could take a fucking 1 million L's in a row. Smack one TP, get all that back above plus one. Because we're trading like this. This is what we're doing. We're not just in and out the market on scalp shit. No, we understand the algorithm to a T. We're going for that whole daily range. And we're still not there because we're on the way back. We're on the way back up here plus some. You know what I mean? So we're really finna get busy for that. Okay, we're finna get busy. I'm looking for London to give up the play. Can give us a situation up there to at least, you know what I mean? At least, you know what I mean, get up here and grab these highs. I'm at 11 now. Or at least, I'm sorry, at least filling in this gap here. We're gonna look for this gap right here. And you already know what we're gonna be looking for. Any single time price drops down to grab any type of sell solid, we're gonna be looking at that as a buy move. I mean, so you already know. Any questions on NAS or twos in the chat if we understand this motherfucker from start to finish? If you have any questions, let me know right now. Twos if we understand NAS from start to finish. I just gave y'all all week's price action, all week. Well, come on, y'all. Twos, I see 3 twos with 12 people on the call. I'm not going. Y'all know I'm not. Got any questions? What's up? I need to see at least 3 more twos before I keep it pushing, y'all. Point of being on the call if you ain't tapped in. If you just on the call and you fucking sleep or something, what are you doing? I mean, what are you doing? If you want to call and you playing the game or something, what are you doing? I understand if you're at work or something. You gotta be tapped in. Huh? I ain't doing this for my own good. I know what this market going. Make money every day. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I ain't gonna say one thing I'll never do is cap y'all. I'm doing the shit that nobody did for me. It took me 3 years to learn this shit. You can sit here and learn. You give me 6 months of your time, I'll have you having all the shit on Smash.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of a question, but I can't really like put it together.
What you thinking about?
Okay, because I'm so when you draw your fib retracement, and then you know how it's like premium, discount, and premium. So when you're entering a trade for the day, it's based off of like your fib from a old high and an old low. It's like the range coming from the range or something like that, right?
Right. So your Fibonacci is all about retracement, right? Fibonacci is all about retracement. So, you know what the fib is, right? You know what a Fibonacci is, right? Like how it works to different levels and shit.
Yeah. I think I seen one of the videos of how you explained it. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So goddamn, we got a buy fib. You know what I mean? This is basic Forex 101. If I'm looking for a buy fib, right? Price will usually give me a leg. You know what I mean? Give me some type of leg. So let me draw it out like this first. How it actually works. If prices gives me a leg from high to low, right, and it starts to bullshit around, we're not just trying to buy high. We already know the concept: buy low, sell high. You know what I mean? So in order for us to actually be able to get in position to catch a buy move, a buy continuation move, we want to see price retrace down. Okay, so when price gives us a leg from low to high, and we're looking for that retracement move once the price come down, that's when we drop our Fibonacci, right? So let price create a high, and we'll come up here and draw a fib from the low to the high, and we're looking to catch a retracement down. Okay, so where discount and premium comes into play is at this 50. Okay, this all comes back into the concept of buying low and selling high. In order for us to get in the best buy position possible, you want price to come below 50% or in discount market. Anything below 50% is considered discount market. All right, think of it like anything else that you will be doing in life as far as buying, like sneakerheads, my people that smoke weed, all that shit. If you smoke weed and you know what I mean, you want price, you want that eighth for like 20, you want that eighth of Zod for as low as possible. I want to get that bitch for $20 if I can on my low, because I know that the price is going up soon. If my plug texts me right now and tell me, hey niggas, prices for the low right now, you know what I mean? Come get it. Nah, I got a deal for you. Discount market, come get it. Because you understand that eventually price is going to the price is going to go back up. The price is going to go back up. So you want to get in as low as possible. You want to get it as low as possible. Discount market. Okay, discount market. Anything below 50% is considered discount. 618 OTE, 618. Everybody know about 618. That's your traditional retracement. You know what I mean? Everybody use this retail. Everybody use 618. OTE is smart money talk. Okay, OTE 70.5. Best area to got them smack the market at. And then 79, of course, is another retracement area. All right. So as far as when to draw the fib and where I'm drawing up the fibs, right? Like back to right here. Okay, so come back up here. Okay. I'm drawing my fib, right? I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm always drawing my fib after runs on stops. That's the only time where it really matters to me. You know what I mean? So you get your run on stops here, and then after price run stops, she gives me a leg from high to low. You know what I mean? She gives me a leg from high to low. If I'm trying to sell this motherfucker and I want to get the best entry possible, in this case, because it's bearish, I want price to come into a premium market, right? Which is anything above 50%, anything above 50%, right? So in this case, I draw my fib from this high to this low, and I want price to retrace anywhere above 50% for me to be able to catch my entry. The question is, what makes sense as far as market structure goes, right? In correlation with the fib. Okay, in this case scenario, what makes sense with market structure and correlation with this fib? This fair value gap, right? This fair value gap ends at 618. That's why you see price coming up here, hitting 618, filling in that gap at the same time. 1 + 1 is 2. Out of here. You know what I mean? 1 + 1 is 2. Find another goddamn, find one more real. I mean, come back downhill with it. All right, once again, I'm only looking at fib moves after the run on stops. Okay. So run on stops is down here, taking out that swing low. Boom, taking out that swing low right there. She turns around, gives me a price leg from low to high. Okay. Drop that fib from low to high. Right, there go that classic OTE, 70.5. There's your retrace on the noggin. And then she's out of there within 15 seconds. You know, that's how quick this candle was. Like, I'll watch this shit. I'm telling y'all, this is like a 30-second candle. And this entry right here happened in like 3 seconds, bro. You wouldn't even have been able to catch this motherfucker to move so quick. We try to buy here, slips would have put you in all the way up here. You know what I mean? But that fib worked from swing high to swing low. You get in when price goes below 50. If you're talking sell, you get in after price goes above 50. You just want to make sure that market structure correlates with the fib levels. Like, for example, on this buy, what correlates with the fib levels? This fair value gap right here. Now, I mean, this fair value gap goes from 618 to 79. So all this makes sense as far as price retracing down to fill all this in. And then you got an order block all the way down here at 79 as well. That she didn't get to, but that would have been another correlation area. And she took off. All right, that makes sense as far as like how to use that field.
Yes, it makes sense. Thank you.
All right. Any more questions on NAS? We keep it pushing. We still got 2 more pairs to do. But that's how much, you know what I mean, price action NAS is giving you in the last 3 days. Like since Monday, NAS is like something. Do you have any more questions before we get up out of here? And I gave y'all the play for it. I'm telling y'all, don't be a seller. All right, if you're not in the merge and you know what I mean, trading dolo, you got your own team. Whenever for all my people that's on the free call, all my people that's on the link free. Do not be a seller. Do not be a seller. I'm telling you that right now. This market is bullish until we get to where I told y'all at on this daily time frame. The market is bullish. All right. Y'all grown as hell. Y'all do what the fuck y'all want to do. Market is bullish till she gets up here in this gap. And if we're talking lower time frame bias, the market is still bullish on the lower time frame. She's still bullish until this gap gets filled. We're talking lower time frame bias. Until this gap gets filled, price is still bullish. So any drop off that happens tonight, which is going to happen, price will sell off tonight. I mean, it's going to happen. It's just how the market works. It's going to get people to sell early. I'm looking at this low right here. All I want to see, price come down here, at that motherfucker, give y'all what I've been showing y'all all day. Ride it up here to smack this gap. TP1 gonna be in the gap. TP2 gonna be 11.46. We're gonna keep that thing pushing. You know what I mean? Last run for questions before I slide to AUDJPY.
For when it expands, but it fits.
Last
What is
run.
that?
It's good. I want to try it out.
Wait, how much water you put in there?
No.
All right. Say less. Say less. Say less. Say less. AJ went fucking ridiculous. Hey, if you pop AJ with me, boy, Jesus Christ, because I gave y'all to play in the free signals chat. And I mean, look at what happened. Just look at the move. Look at the move. Play with someone the fuck else. That's 127 pips on the currency bill. Gave y'all to play yesterday in the free chat. Went crazy during the Asian session. Oh, that makes perfect sense. Why? Because it's a fucking JPY pair. Yeah, I mean, it just makes perfect sense that during Asian she goes crazy for the bot. It makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Let's talk about why we knew this bot was gonna happen. You know what I mean? You can't fool me. You can't fool me. You know what I mean? You can't fool a real nigga. Tell them, you know this market. You get wicked out. Okay. 4 hour. Okay. Now I'm gonna show y'all how that support and resistance is such bullshit. This is how niggas get that shit smashed. Niggas be getting this shit smashed so bad. Look at this resistance. 1 tap, 2 taps, and I'm gonna show y'all the third. It's coming out to the 1. 1 tap on the resistance, 2 taps on the resistance, 3 taps on the resistance. Not near time does she pierce it. Do we believe in support and resistance? No, we do not. We understand that what's resting above this high is stop loss. The algorithm is going to go for the stop loss. We understand that. The fact that price came up here 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and never took it out is literally price setting up to go up there and grab it. Every single time price comes up to this high, retailers thinking it's going to dump. They're selling, stop loss above this high. It come up here 3 times. Imagine how many niggas sold, especially the second tap. This first tap is cool. A lot of people sold here. They was blue. The second tap, more people sold. Why? Because they think the same thing is going to happen here. It's going to happen again. So you get even more sellers here. And you get the third tap. You get even more sellers. Everybody's putting a stop loss above here. We already knew that. So while everybody's selling this market, trying to take it down, all right, I'm just looking for the drop off. All I'm looking for is the drop off to take it up. That's all I'm looking for. All right. So zoom in on here. Okay. And I already seen the play. I already knew what was going on. You know what I mean? I already understood what was going on. I'm just looking for anything bullish that I can take this market up to. You know what I mean? So this gap right here was cool. You know what I mean? I seen that price came down. First, she came up there and respected that swing high. Okay, so I knew that this was bullshit. I knew that price was going to retrace down and get early sellers happy. I knew that. So I knew that whenever price was done retracing down, it's going to be viewed as a buy setup. I knew that. Okay, boom. This gap gets filled and she reacts bullish. From where she reacts bullish, where does she go up to? That same swing high and respects it again. Even more sellers sell it. Okay. Me looking at that, I know that this is also a setup. So when price retraces back down, I'm going to be a buyer again. Okay, I'm going to be a buyer again. Now this is where we caught our entries. Our entries was caught or called within this 1 hour fair value gap right here. Everybody see this 1 hour gap? All right. Entries was called within this 1 hour fair value gap / order block that's down in. I mean, even though price didn't smack it all the way, we're really looking at this 1 hour fair value gap right here. Okay. So I see price react bullish off this fair value gap the first time, goes up there and respects that high. If price would have pierced that high here, then this buy setup would not have been valid at all. We would have been going from buying and selling real fast. But since price respected it, we understood that price was still going to go higher and grab them stop losses. No questions asked, right? So price comes into this gap. We're buying here. We're putting our stop loss below the order block candle, and we're taking it up to where the major draw on liquidity is. That's above these relatively highs that prices wanted to smack 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Plenty of liquidity above here. She goes and she blasts off, like she blasts for it. The algorithm will aggressively reprice to where the liquidity is. TP was smacked for about 45 pips and she ran for 125. That simple. That easy. Just understanding my draw on liquidity gives me my bias. What is price reaching for? Obviously, these swing highs right here is where most of the money's at, above it. So price is going to reach for it. Okay, figure out my bias. Next, get in where the fuck I fit in. This gap right here, get in where the fuck I fit in, take it up to where that liquidity's at. Easy as, you know what I mean, just paying attention. And then if you want it even better, you know what I mean, if you because it's going to give it to you every single time. What happens up in here? I can't make it up. Relatively equal lows. 1, 2, 3. Right before the blast off, what did she do? Go for it. Right before the blast off, what did she do? Come right down there and pierce them. Baby pierce, barely pierced it, but a pierce nonetheless. You know what I mean? Pierce, see how those candles close, turn around, break a structure bullish in the opposite direction. She didn't give you a nice retracement down, but there was a gap. I mean, not a gap. I'm not even going to say that. I ain't going to say that was a gap because I feel that gap. It really just aggressively blasted off. You know what I mean? It just really aggressively repriced up here to where it's buy side. You know what I mean? We was already in position. We was already holding buy throughout the close, and she opened up, went for sell side one more time down here, and then, you know what I mean, just gave it up, gave it all the way to fuck. You know what I mean? So risk reward on this was insane. Insane. Any questions on AUDJPY? All right, or twos, and switch up the number 2s in the chat. We locked in and we understand why we bought JPY. And especially 2s in the chat, if you can see the consistency in the way that we trade over, as far as like the same exact setup every single time, or else we don't want it. You know what I mean? That's what's important. You know what I mean? Understanding that the best traders are consistent and they want to see the same exact thing every single time. It has to look picture perfect. If it doesn't look the exact same way every single time, what's the point of taking the setup? We know what works. We know what doesn't. We know exactly what works because we've seen it happen a billion times. So why go for anything else but what works? You know what I'm saying? Every single setup I showed y'all since we've been on this call at 10 o'clock, been the exact same thing. The exact same thing. And we're not done. All right, that's AJ. Slide the AUDUSD for the last one. All right. Caught this crazy ass buy. You know what I mean? She done went crazy for us once again, as y'all can see. And she's still pushing on the way up to these daily highs. I wish I would have been paying attention to price because I would have caught the buy right here, but I didn't, so it's okay. I swear to God, I wish I would have been paying attention to price. But she's on the way up here to that daily swing high. Why? Once again, because we have a swing high right here on the daily. Okay. And what else is above? What else is up here besides this daily swing high? There's no imbalances up here. There's no fair value gaps. So it has to go for here. It has to. There's nothing else that's stopping price. There's no fair value gap. So the next draw is liquid. It's up here. So AUDUSD is bullish till we get up here. You understood that. Cool. If I understand bullishness, right? What do I want to see on that lower? That run on stops, right? I want to see a run on stops in the opposite direction. So what's going on here? Swing low. That's a pierce. Once again, turns around in the opposite direction after that pierce to get your run on stops. Run on stop losses, turn around in the opposite direction. We just catch the gap. I mean, we just catch the gap. That's all it is. Same thing every single time. The rest of the money. All right. Just catch that gap. Boom. There you go. And as you can see, that's what happened. This is what happens when you be patient and wait for a stop order. Like when you sit back and you wait for price to give you what you're looking for, you know what I mean? It's just you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. All right. So that's as easy as it was coming up with the AD. I swear to God, the announcements on AUDUSD took like 5 minutes for me to be able to be like, all right, we're buying right here, right? If you were on the call when we marked this up, you already know. It's very, very easy to determine bias and determine which way you want to take the market. The entry is what you have to be patient. The markup will take me 3 fucking minutes to do a whole top down and be like, all right, I understand where this market is going to be drawn to. I understand what I need to be doing. I shouldn't be buying or I shouldn't be selling. It's as easy as just understanding what this daily is talking about. Higher time frame trumps anything. The higher the time frame, the more it goes. And I forgot to show y'all this before we get up out of here. Somebody had asked me if the stop runs happen on every time frame. Let me show you the month. Let me show you the month. Isn't this a swing high? Make this small so y'all can see that's a stop. Yeah, right. Swing high. Pierce. Right? Breaker structure down in that opposite direction. After the pierce on the month. I create it, retracement down, pierce it, bust down, breaker structure, bearish. What does this monthly candle right here return to? What's this? What's this block right here, family? What's this block? Breaker mitigation.
It's a breaker.
Breaker. Once again, get the pierce, turn around. Comes right back into the low of this bullish candle. Boom, out of there. On a monthly. I mean, let's find another one. On the monthly. What's this right here? Swing low. Okay. Pierce. Down. Pierce. Turn around. Breaker structure bullish to that upside. Boom. Leaves you a what? Fair value gap. I mean, you know what I mean? We can't make this short. Fair value gap right here. Leaves you the gap after the run on stops. Stays up in here for fucking months. Lasts off for the next high. I mean, can't make it up. This is universal. This is universal work right here, family. Swing highs here. Swing high. Get one pierce, wasn't enough. Creates another high right here. Boom. There's another pierce on the monthly. Turn around. Impulsive move to the downside. Splat cat cow. Where does this candle return up into? All right. Breakers. Breakers again. Where's that wick come to? That breaker. Another leg lower. All right. Very much universal. Let me show y'all something else.
Well, Tracy, this is second nature to you. I mean, we'll get it. I think.
I'm telling y'all that once you see the same thing, and y'all just gotta back test. I mean, I don't be telling y'all to just back test the shit for no reason. The reason that we're so confident and we're able to break this chart down like how we're able to do it is because we see the same thing happen every single day. Once you see the same exact thing happen on these charts every single day, it's impossible for you to ignore it. It's impossible for you to see the market any other way but the way that I'm explaining it. You know what I mean? It just takes time. Y'all have to be able to, y'all have to take the time out to get on these charts every single day and back test what I'm showing y'all. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling y'all, as long as y'all just be patient and wait, do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, you're going to eat. Okay. What's going on Ripple? Now look, Greg told us to buy Ripple, right? He told us to buy Ripple. Now Ripple is up 236% since he said to buy it. Why do you think he said to buy it? What's this down here? Swing low. Pierce. That's a pierce. Turn around in that opposite direction. Break of structure in the opposite direction. He told us to buy it on a retracement. We're up 226%. And we still have a way to go. We still have a way to go. Why? Because we got a gap here. One thing the algorithm is never going to do is lock. This is a cryptocurrency now. We're talking investments. It's the exact same way we do everything. All this liquidity resting down here. That ain't the only low she came in here. She came down here. This one. All right. Damn, and she came all the way down here. This is major liquidity that the cryptos are going to grab. All right, now she turns around in that opposite direction. One more for the one time. Right, one more for the one time. Just show y'all this is very much universal in any and every market, not just for it. Any and anything that you want to do investing wise, this is how you do it. Swing low right here, buy, move up. There's your Pierce. Turn around in the opposite direction. There's your OTE retracement. She's up. You know what I mean? Like it's very much simple. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to somewhere like, let's go Apple. Go somewhere else. Tell me I'm capped. Tell me we don't know what the fuck this market got going on. Daily time frame Apple, let's go. Swing high. See how choppy it is? I'm still showing y'all how to get this money. Swing high, Pierce, turn around, breaker structure bearish. Boom. Retracement up into the gap. Sell Apple. Oh, I forgot investors can't sell Apple, but us as traders can. We can go on MetaTrader 4 and sell Apple. Easy. Investors can't though. They don't know about what we do. I mean, easy money. Swing high right here. Pierce, breaker structure bearish. Also, what type of block is this up here? What type of block?
Breaker.
Breaker. Breaker on Apple. Daily breaker. Bust down. All right, boom. What's this right here? Swing high. Baby Pierce. Y'all see that wick? Y'all see where that wick go to? Right above the high. Bust down again. Another breaker. Fair value got filled. Another breaker. Down there again. All right, what up? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else we got up in this motherfucker? I mean, highs up here. Pierce. Bust down to that downside. Doesn't really give you a great entry for real. Doesn't really retrace up, but I'm just showing y'all liquidity wise. This is how the market moves. Any market, any and every market moves from buy side to sell side. Ain't no such thing as buying pressure, selling pressure, Wyckoff, harmonics, indicators, all the other booths. Really about it. And I know y'all can see this is clear as day. Swing low down here. Run for that. You know what I mean? Break a structure up in the opposite direction. Retracement down OTE. You buy Apple, you're up fucking 1,000,000%. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. And then you can see why Apple's on the way back up again. Why is Apple back on the way up again? Because she just pierced the score. Activate the stop losses below that low. Turn around, break structure, bullish retracement, she's up. All right. Very, very much universal in any market. Smart money concepts is universal. Okay, I just wanted to show y'all that any single market, crypto, stocks, whatever, you're gonna get the same type of drip. You're gonna get the same type of drip. All right. It's question time because I'm done on my market. I've known him about 2 hours. Anybody got any questions, please feel free to unmute your mic. Anything that I went over on today's call, maybe you got one to look at. You know what I mean? Anything you want to look at or anything that you want to maybe get understand. Or if you understand everything and we locked in for today's call, can I get threes in the chat? If we locked in on today's call, we understand everything we went over, learned something new, you know what I mean? All that good shit. When the recording gonna be dropped, I'll drop it real soon. That shit dropped. 10 people on the call. I see 1 3. I see 1 flame. Come on with it. Are we locked in? Are we locked in on today's call? I just broke down smart money.
I just want to say I'm very excited about this group. I have not been excited about trading in a while, but this group, it just sits right with me.
Sits right with me too. I mean, we appreciate y'all like trusting us and tapping in, man. Like I say, this purge right here has been something that we've been working on for a few months, like 3-4 months type shit. But you know what I mean? Everybody just got their own schedules and everybody got shit going on. But I had to mash the gas on this because I understand the value that I have and I understand what Greg and Chandler got to. You know what I mean? I understand that Greg was on my smart money boot camp, you know what I mean, 2 years ago. You know what I mean? He learned from me. And I know what the fuck I'm doing. And he went and took that and studied ICC himself and just went fucking crazy. I already know what we have going, you know what I mean? Like, That's what, and for the people that's on the call for free, it's a reason why I'm flooding these chats. Nothing but success. Like, I'm not doing this shit for no money. I'm not doing this shit for none of it. I'm doing this shit because what we have going on now is something that I've never seen no one else. Never. Like, and I'm talking no shade to goddamn any of these other investment teams, like, or any of these other millionaires out here, whatever, but ain't nobody giving out the sauce like how we giving it out. Ain't nobody running as many calls as how we running. Ain't nobody as accurate as how we going. You know what I mean? The only other nigga that's accurate is us, is us himself. It's us, because we have not missed. You know what I mean? So I already knew what we had going. It was just a matter of time before we got it together. Yeah, man, shit is going great. I'm very excited to see where everybody's gonna be at, you know, like 6 months from now. I told everybody in the chat, you know what I mean? By the time, damn, my camera's fucked up. I can't see it up. My fault. I told everybody by the time summertime comes, right, everybody that's locked in should be like all the way tapped in. Everybody should be real good. You know what I mean? As far as not needing nobody.